Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, November 3rd, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position, focused on your breath rising and falling, still as a statue, no outside interference. If you're still looking for that one being who will change your life, take a look in the mirror. We are always looking for something. We want to find the right teacher. But I say that you are the right teacher. The right teacher is where and what you are. Being, place, or thing is not the right teacher. Robert Adams. Gather all courage and take a jump. Even the dewdrop slipping from a lotus leaf trembles for a moment, tries to hang on a little more because he can't see the ocean. Once he has fallen from the lotus leaf, he is gone. Yes, in a way, you will not be, just as a dewdrop dissolves into the ocean. You will be gone, but it is not a loss. You will be oceanic, and all other oceans are limited. The ocean of existence is unlimited ocean. One thing that you may discover that you haven't, maybe not yet, how deeply and intimately we are connected with each other. We are like one grand ocean of energy consciousness that appears to form itself as separate individuated droplets of ocean water. And upon seeing the totality of our existence, it is blatantly obvious that we are operating under one energy source together. There is one common goal for all mankind. And this goal is to merge and be united with the one divine God source. We are here to experience our true vastness, totally being the all-loving, ever-present cosmic ocean. It was apparent how clinging to any one thought of individuated separation is where all of humanity's feelings of powerlessness, poverty, and suffering begins and ends. Let go of the idea that you are not aware of yourself as the ever-present, changeless, inexpressible reality. Nirvana. What this means is that we are the ones responsible for creating the illusory experience that we are disconnected. And everything is needed and perfect in our world. Even the wonderful illusion of separation is needed, so as later we can create an experience of unification. When we accept our deepest illusions, hardest feelings, and most challenging pools of separation consciousness that we are swimming in, we can one day relax, float downstream, merging back into the great ocean. We are always connected with one omnipresent self. We are this single God source, that is weaving its ways through everything and everyone. It's just that the mind gets in the way and wants something it wants to be special, loved, appreciated, accepted by this world. Most people do not believe this is their heart, and thus unknowingly cling to the known, trying to heal, liberate, or enlighten themselves through holding to certain thoughts and ways of thinking about life. When the mind becomes narrowed down any one path for too long, it becomes fixated and tight, like a closed book, cannot receive the new insights and abundance it could grow into. The most enlightening truth we can handle is the one that greatly increases our power, wisdom, inner peace, and manifesting ability. As we evolve closer to the exotic, universal truth of who and what we really are, this universe bestows greater gifts and more beautiful manifestations for us to accept and enjoy. The tricky part is that many of us tend to hold tight onto ideas of the past and future. What we think we know feels comforting, especially when met with the great ocean of unknowns. Most enlightened and highest experience we humans can tap into is one that cannot be captured by the mind. Yet it reveals itself naturally and spontaneously when the mind is truly at rest and ease. Like the feeling we might get from a spontaneous breeze on a hot summer day. If we soften our hearts, quiet our minds, become deeply receptive, we can relax into it and deeply enjoy it. The head alone is not enough. It is too small of a container. Take in the outrageous experience of enlightenment. The greatest experience can only be absorbed with an open heart and soul. When the mind is quiet, something inside us instantly aligns with the infinite spiritual essence that is inside everything and everyone. When we devote our life to quieting the mind and opening our heart to the divine source, we can feel, see, and know our real self. What is our real self? It's that part of you who feels deeply, intimately connected with everyone and everything. It is so vast that it also has room for the experience that we are small, powerless, separated beings stuck in small pools of individuated consciousness. Yet it is so much, much, much more. The real self is omnipresent, vast as the endless oceans, extremely bright, beautiful, and so powerful that it instantly consumes all the other versions we make up of what reality is. A small warning to the beginner on the spiritual path. It can be quite challenging to just choose to step out of your old self and into this experience of being one with the ocean, because everyone around you will not agree or understand or comprehend that what you're going through. We have learned to lean on society for a comprehension of who and what we are collectively. We humans have spent the past 2,000 plus years attempting to reconnect with this oneness through religion, because we have completely forgotten that we are already permanently connected to the God Source. We have spiritual amnesia caused by a societal mind that was buried under the illusion that we are like swine, when in truth we are divine. Seeing through this great misunderstanding, we can be liberated from our collective consciousness. We can be free from all suffering, just like how the great masters have done through the ages. The collective awakening is part of the greater plan for our planet's spiritual evolution. As long as this belief in separation is the main way our society operates, we must each rebel against the norm if we are ever to find spiritual freedom. The belief system that we are not one being is the main reason why there is still war, poverty, and environmental destruction on this planet. There still remains a belief that we are disconnected. And this belief is always being projected, emanating from everybody's mind around you. What everyone believes you are most likely becomes what you believe is true as well. It's safe to say that every single being who have met in life has been overly identified with this idea of a separate self-ego, and most likely will fight for upholding the belief in our separation until the very end. It takes a very clear mind, a courageous heart, and a determined soul to break free from the matrix of illusions this society is casting over our eyes. Observe the mind. When thoughts come, ask, to whom do these thoughts come to? Always watch, witness, and observe. Do not get caught in thought. Just surrender. Robert Adams. To be free from societal programming, we must choose to first be free from our ego. For our ego to even exist at all, it must hold firm onto some belief that it is separate, its separate nature. If it doesn't do this, it will feel very lost, confused, and afraid, and eventually give up. The ego must believe that it is a separate somebody rather than an omnipresent nobody. It's been trained to believe it is a drop of water and not the entire ocean as well. The individuated approach to life has a great payoff of creating a feeling of power, control, and direction in life. And without the ego, we might believe that all our outcomes and manifestations show up because we are the universe, and the universe is making everything happen. Without the ego, we would only have a feeling of love, abundance, true empowerment, and real inner peace in this life. The greatest truth of finding is going to be the one that liberates us from this limited, contracted mind ego. And the truth that frees our spirit is the one that brings forth the deepest feeling of joy into the lives of everyone around us. This truth is found from intimately knowing our real self, our permanent, unbounded, infinite spiritual nature. Only from exploring what it feels like to be at one with the ocean of life can we be free. This exploration is what leads us to find full self-realization and true liberation in the end. I'd like you to do a radical experiment with your life right now. I invite you to relax into this idea and feeling that you are separate from the universe right now. Rest deeply into the feeling that you are not at the core of the God source right now. Start with becoming very curious about this idea. Feel into what it actually means until you make friends with it. The goal would be to let yourself completely melt into the feeling of separation and have zero resistance to it. With a little practice, you might discover what it's like to be connected within your experience of separation. The most healing, loving, magical, empowering source in this universe is in everything. So it's also in this experience of separation. The more you can relax into it, the more you open your heart and quiet your mind to find that the experience of deep separation dissolves itself naturally on its own accord. Within the core of separation, we will discover the most profound, powerful, unstoppable, and intimate direct connection to this pure channel of intelligent, conscious energy that breathes our very core. Dive into the deepest root of all your problems: faults, self-criticisms, and personal issues. These are where you feel the most separate and disturbed. Do not wait until it's the nighttime to do it. Just relax into them every day, whenever and wherever you are. Make it the number one priority of your life to find this loving, divine connection that is already here. Trust that it is already here, even if you cannot find it right away. Act as if you are being held like a newborn baby in the most loving, caring mother's arms by simply resting into this feeling of separation, and you will make amazing progress on your spiritual path in a matter of minutes. Now, the irony, as Ramana Maharishi quoted, stated, "You are the Supreme Being." There's no debating that. And yet, thinking yourself to be separate from it, you strive to become united with it. What is stranger than this? When one begins their spiritual path, there is this feeling that who we are is more unreal than real. What I mean by this is that it can be shocking to discover that what we thought we were our entire lives is not real. We truly have no clue as to who and what we really are. We are that which is beyond what the mind can comprehend. We are like the infinite edges of the most massive movie screen you can imagine, which has no end to the colorful creative possibilities it could contain. Our freedom comes from knowing our undefinable nature. When we realize that we are more like a blank, multidimensional creative canvas, and not all the scenes and stories from the grand film, something inside of us feels very vast and free. Sit back. Take a good look at your life. Take one evening to investigate all the wonderful, horrific, typical, unusual, and peak states from your life. Notice if they sum up everything about who and what you are. Is there anything more than this? Ask yourself, what is my real self? Who am I without all these experiences? Do I still exist without these memories? If so, what exactly is that? Our real self is beyond the greatest mystery anyone could explore. We are much more amazing and magical than this separated mind ego. We are bigger than all the life experiences that are projected onto us and into us. We are also much more than the pure witness, awareness, and consciousness. We are the totality of it all. We are that which life gets to play, dance, and sing all of itself through. The separate, limited suffering self is a comfortable habit, one that can be dropped by simply knowing how to stop identifying with it. You are neither consciousness nor its content. You are the timeless source, the supreme reality. Trust that, Nisargadatta. The discovery of the real self is a profound spiritual exploration. The realization of who we truly are is a timeless experience that eventually becomes the dream of our ego and the beginning of real freedom. Ironically, it is our deepest, innermost battle for freedom, our resistance to total surrender, that perpetuates the ego. When we stop fighting, we begin clearly seeing the truth is revealed when there is no more need to push, pull, prove, or fight for anything. When we stop the struggle against what is, the ego's clouded existence drops and something greater enlightens our way. As long as we continue to pursue this life, thinking we are only a separate being, limited in power, love, abundance, and self-expression, we will get attached to goals, thinking that they will make us happy. Be very careful not to think that these limited ideas have anything to do with who you are. The concepts of ownership, my life, my body, my thoughts, my stuff, my reality, and my mind, are the only thing perpetuating our human experience of suffering. Drop these ideas. See what is left. Nothing is actually yours, and everything is yours when you realize your real self. There is no more need for the feeling of possession when you see that we are infinite spiritual beings already intimately connected to everything. Why would we need to attain something when we already feel connected with it? Desires only form out of separation. When we sit and meditate on who we are, looking deep within, inside ourselves, eventually the mind will become quiet. And when this occurs, we experience the truth that we are eternal beings filled with a great love, magic, and lightness. By knowing this insight, we naturally start living it. We really do not have to be afraid of letting go and trusting our real self. And the one source will move us, guide us, shape our minds to reconnect with the hearts and souls of everyone. Living from this space, we finally reach a sense of peace with everything in our lives. Every day we wake up and begin practicing being as vast and unlimited as the great infinite universe we are surrounded by. And by playing an active role in this life, living out this realization in the sea of people around you, then something dawns on you that you are truly free. And when you see the world clearly, that everything is an expression of you, the real self, you stop hearing what you do not want to hear. You don't care to hear. You stop seeing what you don't care to see. And you stop feeling what you do not care to feel. Your mind is only fixated on the brilliant diamond of consciousness that it's found. You realize that this world is your mirror. Everyone is always reflecting back to you who you are. If you see an unhappy being, that being is inside you. When you're truly enlightened, the experience of the divine awakening being begins showing up in everyone in the most interesting ways. You are in an ever-flowing river of gratitude all day long. So become courageous on this path. Take the risk to meditate. Quiet your mind all day long. Soon, you'll come to know that what it means to be self-realized. Remember to love yourself, worship yourself, pray to yourself, devote your life to yourself, find joy in yourself, because God dwells in you as you. Robert Adams. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, focused on your breath rising and falling, relaxed into your body. Where in your life are you an unconscious doing machine? Where in your life are you an unconscious doing machine? If so, then where are you a conscious being? Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. And we'll return here Tuesday, November 4, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.